Well, Leann, that's the look. I'm on a struggle bus. Hi everyone, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I thought we would have a little bit of fun. I've done this video before, but I haven't done it in a really long time. But let's go through this lovely bag of samples that I have here, because I usually don't try them on a daily basis, and I thought maybe, no guarantees mind you, that we could do a full face of this. I'm hoping I'm going to try my best to be creative and make things work, but we know we're talking about me, right? So there's never any guarantee of that. Anyway, let's just get started. I obviously just got out of the shower, and I'm going to put my hair back a little bit. Where did that accent come from? I do have my little baby fan on because it's hot today, and I'm suffering, and we're not into that. Let's see, what do I want to try first? I have not even gone into this bag to pick out anything, which is going to be the really fun part. I didn't even do my skincare because I thought maybe I could find some skincare stuff. Let's see. Okay, so I have 3 things of skincare here, and I think that's going to be enough. I'll just use one underneath my eyes, or I'll put them all underneath my eyes, or you know how that goes. This is the Drunk Elephant Proteiny Peptide, resurfacing serum. Is this what I want to use? Let's see. Ooh, okay, this sounds really good. So you're supposed to shake. It said to shake, and you can put this all over your face. They say your chest, the backs of arms, etc. So I'm sure it has some either glycolic acid or lactic acid or both. And oh, it's very liquidy. You know, I've run out of a lot of my regular skincare, and I'm trying to go through the tremendous amounts that I have. And I've noticed that when you don't use your regular products that are tried and true to you, this smells like vinegar. I literally feel like I'm putting vinegar on my face. Okay. Anyway, what I was saying is, your skin shows a difference. I am very tolerant to AHAs, and I've noticed that I'm starting to get a couple of breakouts because my skin is getting clogged. So that should give you proof that skincare, although not a miracle, it actually does work. That went in absorbed, you know what I mean, very nicely. So the next thing I'm going to use is the Clinique Moisture Surge Intense. I've been using this stuff forever, haven't bought it in forever because I get so much. But let's see how much I really like it, see if I remember. When all else fails, resort to the pore. Feels nice. It's not too thick, but it immediately feels, well, hello, moisturizing, hence the name. I am putting this underneath my eyes again because I may come across an eye cream, but I may not, and I just want to make sure my under eyes, which is my problem area, is fully moisturized. There's nothing that says you have to use an eye cream. I happen to like to because I think a lot of the eye creams that I like are heavier than a lot of my facial moisturizers, and that's something that I need. It may be different for other people, and that's the great thing about all this stuff is it's extremely subjective. And again, something I haven't used in a very long time. This is the IT Cosmetics Secret Sauce Anti-Aging. I don't know why I find it so intimidating to sit down and do more of these videos. I don't know, I've tried to sit down and do this thing probably like 5 or 6 times, and I don't know. I'm going to pile some more underneath my eyes because that's the only part that doesn't feel hydrated enough, you know? I still haven't tried that device that I got in my icon box. I keep going back and forth between wanting to try it on camera for the first time so I can completely make a fool out of myself, or use it and then get comfortable with it, and that way I can give you as much accurate information as I can. Even if I did it the other way, I would still do a voiceover giving you my thoughts after I've used it a few times. All right, I mean, that should work. I'm really not going anywhere, so I don't think I have to worry about anything. But my face does feel nice, and yeah. I want to try things that I haven't tried before. A couple of primers, but one that I haven't tried is the Laura Mercier Pure Canvas Primer. It says blurring. You got a little baby tubey here. This is a silicone-free primer, and it is supposed to create an instant mattifying filter. It's supposed to reduce the appearance of fine lines, basically just wipe out all of your woes with one single tube. Wouldn't that be lovely? It's on the thick side. I don't smell anything, except there was a little particle in there, okay? There's another little particle in there. What's with all the particles? I can definitely tell that it is going to be mattifying. It definitely is slightly blurring right off the bat, so okay. I had to delete some stuff off of my memory card, so it took me a few, but my skin still feels mattified and I think a little bit blurred. It's, oh hello, except it's stuck in my hair. It is on the warm side today, so it could be good. Now I do have this Danessa Myricks Vision Cream Cover. I don't know, is this like a adjustable coverage 2-in-1 foundation and concealer? I may use this as concealer first because I may have some other foundations and this may not be enough. So let's see. You can see it does come in a decent amount of colors because it says natural and sheer, full coverage, spot concealer. Pro tip, mix with our beauty oil to achieve sheer coverage. Okay. I think the only one that's going to work for me is this top one. I've never tried any of Danessa Myricks complexion products. I only have her big palette and I think one other thing, and that's because I received it in my lucky bag. Let's see how this looks. It's definitely not the right color, but I'm just going to put it underneath my eyes, and you know, because we're using minis and samples, we may as well use a mini sample size brush. Isn't this adorable? This is from, what is this from? Oh, it's from IT Cosmetics. Okay, let's see what happens. I don't think my under eyes are hydrated enough. I'm probably just going to wash this off when I'm done anyway, unless I look so fabulous that I'll take myself for more coffee. I can definitely say that it is on the full coverage side. Let me try mixing it with an oil like they suggested and see what happens. So I'll just scoop some of this out. I just used a drop of the Pharmacy Honey Grail oil. Let's try this and see what happens. It's still definitely on the thicker side, and most definitely I would say full coverage even with the oil. And see, now when I look in the camera it looks so light, but when I'm looking here, oh, maybe? I'm going to try it with a sponge that I just sprayed with some of my spray. Let's see. The sponge definitely makes a difference as far as the shearing out portion of this thing. What am I trying to say? If you guys have tried any Danessa Myricks products, any of her complexion products, let me know what you think I should try. I have been curious. I just, you know, I'm not buying a lot, so if you guys are going to tell me that something's really good, then I will give something a shot. Oh, you know what? I have the Liquid Touch Brightening Concealer from Rare Beauty. Yay! So I'm just going to use this, the rest of this, as my foundation and just try to cover up as much as I can. It's making me look a little bit textured, but I think once I spray my face and add all my other products, it might really be good. Okay, I'm really kind of happy with that. Believe me, I've been trying to go through my other foundations, and that one looks pretty gosh darn good compared. And this comes in 48 shades, and they call it, with our proprietary botanical blend of lotus, gardenia, and water lily. It soothes, it calms, and nourishes the skin. It's supposedly non-comedogenic and suitable for sensitive skin. Rare Beauty is another brand that I have really not dipped my toes into very much. And I also have their blush, so I'm excited about that. I'm going to try the lightest one and see how that works. And I'm not going to use any color corrector because I want to see just how this in itself works. It's a very thin formula, and let's just say a little bit goes a long way. I believe it does have a floral scent, which you know I'm not a fan of, but I'm just one person. I'm using my little baby sponge that I just got in the video that I opened up. No, I didn't open up the video. The box that I just opened up, which is an Ipsy. Again, I don't know if my under eyes are hydrated enough, but it's not bad. And I'm also putting this on top of the Danessa Myricks, so this may be a concealer that I would like to try. I have a drawer full of concealers with only a handful of them that work underneath my eyes. I'm trying to find a flat concealer brush to try this on my blemish. Because it's so creamy, I wouldn't say it's working extraordinarily well on this, but we'll see. Let's try a little bit more of the Danessa Myricks and see how that works. You know, I'm going to let that sit for a second. While that's sitting there, marinating. Granted, I've used it before, but I don't seem to have any other powders, so therefore, henceforth and ergo, we're going to go with this powder. Let me try tapping out this. Go around it. Now here's the question. I want to use that liquid Rare Beauty blush. Do I use it before the powder or after? See, to me, I want to be able to powder my face because then if I use the blush and I put the powder on top, it kind of diminishes it. So I'm going to take a risk here and just try powdering my face first. This is the translucent loose setting powder, and I actually have one of these open, and what I'll just do is just dump it into the, you know, the open container. I have the Glow as well, but I think I got it. And I also think Clara said, no, don't use it because it's straight up highlighter. Oh, look at how cute this sample is. They made it very smart, and they actually put a sifter underneath that. Now, that took a little bit more money, time, and effort, and I actually appreciate it very much. I'm going to use my IT Cosmetics powder brush. I'm so mad because these handles are like jade, and mine other one dropped and broke, so I was a little upset by that. See if we can make this work here. Hopefully this will be enough. It's so funny. People will say, oh, brands, you know, become irrelevant and nobody talks about them anymore and everything. And that's just on YouTube. I mean, this is a classic powder, and just because people don't talk about it on YouTube anymore doesn't mean it's an irrelative brand or a relative. It's been happening to me a lot more lately. A relevant brand or product. It always was a good product. It was just hyped up all over YouTube several years ago. I don't know how this is going to go on underneath my eyes. I did get these from Amazon. They are adorable little triangle puffs. They were purple. I had to. They were like, I don't know, 6 for $3-4. I'm not going to judge how my under eyes look, because I was not doing my regular thing with that. When all else fails, or if all else fails, I do have a NARS blush. It's probably in, you know, Orgasm, just like, you know, every other blush that we get from them is. Okay, so this Blush and Glow. Oh, I have 2 of the Blush and Glows and 2 of the liquid luminizers. I would have loved to have put that on underneath my foundation. So it seems to also have their botanical blend of everything. I have two colors. This one is Joy and this one is Bliss. I think I'm going to use the Joy. Now, should I use a sponge or should I use my fingers? I don't know. I'll tap some onto the sponge. I'm going to tap it onto the back of my hand. And then tap it onto my cheeks. I don't seem to have a bronzer, unfortunately. I would... I just looked at the viewfinder. I'm laughing because I just saw how intense that was. Shall we say that this is a very pigmented... Now you saw me tap it onto the back of my hand as well. Okay. Well, Leann, that's the look. We'll just keep doing this. I will say it goes on well on top of the powder, though. That's what always makes me afraid, because you know I've done some on camera that I've used some liquid blushes before and it has not gone, let's just say, to plan. I made the mistake of picking up a brush that had a different foundation on it, and I just pounced thinking that it was going to make things better. It alas has not. I'm on a struggle bus. I'm going to try the other one, which is Bliss, and we're going to see how that works out for us. I'm going to have 16 layers of blush on before I finish this video. Oh, and yeah, that's just really bad. I kind of made things a lot worse. Okay. We're going to do our best to salvage things. Let's move on. I don't think it's the product. Again, I can't judge that particular product because of all the other things that I got going on. Let's just add some fuel to the fire and try some of the highlighters. This time I'm going to use my fingers, and I am taking the color Transcend, which is a pinky. The other one's a little bit bronzy. That's what the color looks like. Sorry, the light coming through there. And let's just do this. Okay, that's what that looks like. Ooh, pretty. I'm going to just try to use my finger. Sort of kind of disappearing. And just making everything else look as cakey as can be. Not the product's problem though. Definitely not. I think this would be super pretty underneath my foundation. I need to just spray my face. Let's try to save some of this with the Jouer Beauty. Oh, I also had these luminizer sticks. Maybe I'll just have to do another one of these disastrous videos, but this is called the Refreshing Luminizer Skin Mist Prep, Hydrate, Refresh, and Glow. Oh, it actually has a nice refreshing scent to it. Unfortunately, it did not help with the cakiness. Oh my goodness, look at this blush down here, and it's up here, and oh boy. You know, as I've said in the past, if nothing else, isn't this just completely entertaining? I was gonna put this powder on top, and I'm like, why, Leann? Why are you going to do that? Now I have to figure out something. I'm trying to get over looking in the mirror with this, and how I'm going to get over it. I am just going to get over it. I have to go and try to find something out of this little bag of tricks to use in my eyes. I'll be right back. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I have to try putting on this blush because the more I look in the mirror, the more horrified I become. I don't even know what brush I'm using, but we're just going to take this and attempt some sort of rescue mission here. I wouldn't say I rescued anything at all, but at least I can say I tried. Okay, for my eyebrows, I had this little itty bitty ABH, no, it's not. It's an hourglass. It is an hourglass eyebrow pencil. Soft brunette is what it's called. This is part of that Beauty for Real set that I received maybe a couple of months ago, or maybe last month. With my timeline, you know. Oh, and the tip just broke off. You know, that's actually quite nice. I didn't do a fabulous job because my hands are shaking too much at the moment, but I can only imagine how good the full-size version is if I like this mini as much as I do. Problem is, I don't want to pay hourglass prices for a brow because I can just imagine. I'll put it on the screen when I do the editing. For my eyes, I'm going to use the Bare Minerals Original Foundation. Now let's see how this is going to go. I'm going to use one of the darker colors, and we're going to see if yours truly can make this work. I have lots of these, you know, like I can use the little samples that we get, you know, in our bags and stuff, but that would be too easy. I really want to make this as comical as humanly possible. So we're going to take the finishing powder and try that first. And guess what? That's not doing anything. Let's just go into the warm tan. Okay, all right, we're getting somewhere. We are getting somewhere. I don't know if I would use foundation on a daily basis to act as an eyeshadow, but for the moment, I'd say it's about one of the only things that's actually going my way. All of my favorite brushes are currently dirty. We're going to take the Neutral Deep foundation shade. This is actually adding a little bit of depth. I almost just completely freaked out because I looked in the camera and I didn't initially see the record light, and I was just going to throw my hands up in the air and just give up right then and there. Again, not half bad, I gotta say. And I'm gonna again take the warm tan. I'm gonna run that underneath my lower lash line, and I just poked myself in the eyeball. Now, I have these, which is the Urban Decay Vice Special Effects. It is a lip thingy. Let me show you. And I would never wear these on my lips, but I'm just wondering if I should put them on my eyes. I'm going to be on my eyes for a little while. Besides, if you can put on your lips, how bad could it be for your... I shouldn't say that. Okay, so this one that I have is called Ritual, and it's a blue. That didn't... Yeah, that one, that's really not going to work because it is extremely liquidy. And it smells like Play-Doh. So I probably want to neither put that on my eyes nor my lips. But as luck would have it, we have these luminizers here. And I'm going to take the coppery one, which I think would have been too dark, and I'm going to put that on my eyeball. Well, I had to put it on a few times to build up the... I was going to say opacity. I just dropped it on the floor. Honestly, again, out of everything, I am shocked. I actually have a little teeny tiny baby eyeliner from Sephora. Is this Sephora? Yes. And it's their Contour Eye Pencil. Contour. What was that? And this one is waterproof. I think I've tried these before, but I haven't purchased one in a while. Look at how cute. It's like the little baby hourglass is just so cute and baby teeny tiny. I love it. Oh, and it's a roll-up. I don't believe it. No, it's not a roll-up, is it? No, what do you have to... I can't seem to get anything out of here. Maybe that's all we get. So we're going to be really careful with this. The point is too tiny for me to try in my waterline, but what I can tell you about this is that it's going on dryly in a good way. In other words, it's not overly creamy where you know it's just going to slip and slide all day. Like upon initial application, I can tell that I think it's going to stick around for a while. And I just want to smudge this just a little bit. This is one of the brushes from Alamar Cosmetics that I recently got, and again, one of my boxes. This isn't quite the brush for smudging this out, and I think also this may be difficult to smudge because it's waterproof, but I think it's okay for the moment. Now for mascara, I recently got this Max Stack Mascara Super Stack Micro Brush Mascara. I think the full size has a very interesting component. They're showing you, of course, that it's going to do all those wonderful things. It says our extra small brush for ultra precise, ultra controlled application. Oh, it's a very bendy mini Christmas tree wands. You know those like apartment sized Christmas trees that are tall and very narrow like that? That's exactly what it reminds me of. Sometimes the bendy wands don't always work on me, but we're going to find out together. Initially it has a spiky wand that you can feel it, and I love that feeling. You know, for a bendy wand, it's not bouncing off of my lashes. I think that's because it's not a natural hair bristle brush, and I think the little spiky things is what is gripping onto the lashes and pulling it through. Now honestly, would I call this a micro wand? I don't, honestly I don't think so. I mean, I've seen smaller ones, but it is easy to get to my inner lashes. That's just one coat on the top. I'll zoom in. It doesn't feel overly wet either, which is also a plus. Let me look up. It got a little clumpy on my lower lash, but that little tiny lash cluster on the outer part of my eye always clumps no matter what I use. But I will say that again, I was able to get in close to my eye, the corner of my eye. Hoi, let's try another coat, because they do say that it is buildable. I can say a couple of things. The second coat made it thicker, slightly clumpier, but I've seen clumpier on me. But what it did do is it kind of lifted them. Again, let me look to the right here, look up. It's very interesting. Now, for me, in case you don't know, I have long lashes due to a medication that I use. So I have longer lashes that do curl, but what this is doing differently is it's literally, I can see how they are pushed up, which is quite interesting. I certainly wouldn't put another coat on because I think it would clump way too much. On this side, it was harder to get the inner corner. Now, interestingly, one coat gave me almost as much length and volume and lift as the two coats did on this side. Okay, I'm going to wait a second and do coat number 2. Obviously, with the second coat, it gets harder to pull the brush through your lashes. Okay, so let's complete this disaster with some lipstick. This is the one that I found. It is from Yves Saint Laurent, and it is the Rouge Couture, the Slim, the Reds. Just what I like to wear, right? But the cute thing is they give you a little baby brush, and I think there might be one in here that I can actually get away with. Look how cute that comes. Alright, so what I think I'm going to try is this Brick Red, which is Red Enigma. That is this one over here. Alright, you gotta admit that's precious. Oh, it's just looking, it's horrifying. Initially, I don't hate it. Okay, it's not put on to perfection, but I don't hate it. I think the color is actually nice on me. I just don't think that I am confident at this point in my life going out in a red lip like this. This is actually quite comfortable, yet it feels like it is matte enough that it's not going to get on my teeth. Look, yeah, no, it's not. Of course, I always defer to you guys because you're always honest with me and you have no idea how greatly that is appreciated. Well, what can I say? As I said, the title is most definitely going to be, this was a complete fail. Or almost a complete fail. There's a couple of products that I would really like to try. If I ever see an Yves Saint Laurent lipstick, this particular formula on sale, I will probably maybe try it, but for like half price. I really like the MAC Stack mascara. I won't go out and purchase one because I have so many, but I give this a thumbs up. The Danessa Myricks I want to try again. Maybe I'll go to the store and get another sample and like mix it with an oil and try it that way too, because initially I kind of liked it and then I threw all that other stuff on top of it and now I look like I'm not sure what. So I will definitely give that another shot. The Jouer spray is beautiful. Have too many back there, but it's going to be on my list. These as shadows worked out fabulously. As I said, I really thought that my eyes were going to be the real challenge because I knew I didn't have any sample eyeshadows. But I got a little innovative, and honestly, while I will probably take off everything else, I will probably leave the eyes and go get myself some more coffee. So the thing that I thought was going to be the worst actually turned out to be the best. I already knew that I liked my Laura Mercier powder. These I have to give another chance because I don't think that they got a fair chance because I was trying a whole bunch of other new products. I think with my favorite products, I'm going to give this blush and highlighter from Rare Beauty another go. I really can't judge anything too harshly because when you're trying on all new products and all type of sample products, it can get a little tricky. Hopefully I can get this video edited down to a reasonable amount of time. And I just want to thank you guys so very much for doing this with me. As I said, it was meant to be fun, maybe help me find a couple of new products that I like, but most of all, entertaining for us both. I love you guys. You're all amazingly wonderful people, and I am so grateful for you. And of course, whatever part of the world you're in or around, hope you have an amazing day or an amazing night, depending upon where you are. And I'll see you really soon in my next video. Thanks, guys.